How you doing today, guys? Welcome to this episode of Civil War II. So, let's see, where did we leave off in our last episode? We had just been engaged here at Winchester, and we did successfully beat the enemy back. However, we can see that they are moving up rather large numbers here to Winchester. But they did leave. It looks like they pulled most of their forces out of Alexandria. It leaves kind of an interesting choice. I mean, at the moment, Alexandria appears to be open to an attack. But with these railways going there, they could move, these forces could return there very quickly. And with the numbers they're presenting here, they would have a very good chance of destroying either one of these armies. It just depends on which one they decided to pursue. And I don't think I can really afford either one to be destroyed if I can help it. So my initial feeling is to lay back and not push the matter. But there's 4 units in that garrison, which I'm sure we could take it, but that might be enough to cause some casualties. Now let me jump down here real quick, see what do we have here at Fredericksburg. Because if the Army of the Potomac up here was destroyed, or at least severely damaged, and then this would be the next nearest fallback army I would have, and as you can see, there's not that much there. A couple of brigades of infantry and a battery at Fredericksburg, and then the next sizable forces would be all the way back down to Richmond, and which it does look like, I think this is a freshly trained brigade, so we do have that. But you know what, I'm going to merge those two together. So we've got 5 brigades there. And then we have General Huger down here, but he's only got 1 brigade plus a regiment of cavalry. I mean, just call it a brigade, basically. And which I was going to move him over here, just to kind of interdict any force that comes up that direction from Fort Monroe. Although he won't be able to stop much by himself, but at least he will make sure I have good warning. As a matter of fact, I'll put him on a more timid defense there. So I do have another brigade I can move up here, which would give 3 brigades to that force. Plus I have, with the number of brigades I have in Richmond, yeah, maybe it is worth the risk to take Alexandria. Of course, another thing they could do, I mean, besides railing troops in here to engage me at Alexandria, they could move in, and probably they could move in behind me and take Manassas. Which, that wouldn't be good either, although I don't think that would cut off my supply lines, because I think we would still get supply through the river, I believe. So I could probably take that risk. Yes, I think the more I think about it, the more I think we are going to commit to an attack on Alexandria. So now, since he's attacking there, I'm going to have Johnson hold his ground here. So they're going to have to choose, do they want to focus an attack here at Winchester against Johnston, or do they want to send their strength back to Alexandria? If I'm fortunate, they may decide to split their forces, and if they do that, they may not be able to come away with a decisive victory on either side. And that is probably the best scenario I'm hoping for, is they'll split their forces and I won't have to fight all of their armies together. So yeah, he's going to hold his ground and just kind of make them decide, do they want to attack him or attack Beauregard at Alexandria. Alright, so let's see, what other loose units do we have available here? We have, what's his name, Floyd up here, and he is making a slow trudging retreat through the mountains here of West Virginia. Now, are you not able to take that? I can't remember. Cavalry might not be able to take a town by themselves, though I thought they kind of could, actually, but I might be wrong. Yeah, I'm going to leave them there for this turn. If they don't take it next turn, I'm going to have to send infantry there. Alright, I'm just going to combine these two together. Ah, we have a brigade down here as well. Well, the Army of the Potomac, they already have their orders to move, so I don't think they're not going to get there in time. So I'm just going to send all available brigades that have just been trained up here to Fredericksburg. Just in case there is a disaster up here at Alexandria, I'm going to try and get that force as strong as possible. And we have supplies up here, which you don't really need to do anything with them. General Polk, I don't think I really have anything to do with him right now. I'll just send him up there. Ah, we have the Army of, what's it called? Yeah, they call it the Army of the West. Of course, that's not going to be the official army. It's going to end up being under command of Polk, basically. Now the question is, and yeah, well, you know what, they already have a force sniffing around down here. So, you know what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to detach the cavalry and horse artillery, since they can move quickly through this terrain. I'm going to send them to Fort Smith, just to make sure I have adequate forces in here to prevent them from trying to take this ground. But the rest of the Army of the West, merge them together. It gives me 2 regiments guarding Little Rock. Yeah, so I'm going to send the rest of these guys. Are going to start heading this way, and they're going to join with the forces here in Tennessee. And we have some wagons up here still, but I'm already have insufficient rail capacity, so they're just going to keep slowly dragging themselves through the hills there. And it does look like we have Nashville force under General Zollicoffer not available to move, but as we can see, that is a quite significant force here. That's 30 3 large brigades, and several independent batteries of artillery and a regiment of cavalry. Carolina Department, I forgot about these. These guys are still down here. Due to my rail inefficiencies, I don't think I can afford to move them right now by rail. Although they could be desperately used up here in the north front. I'm going to leave you guys there for now. Yeah, well, this is interesting. So I'll send in troops to try and race up here to secure Jefferson City and Rolla, and I don't know if I'm going to make it. They don't have a ton more strength. So if we can secure a position on this side of the river and force them to attack us across the river before they can cross, that might give us an advantage, enough of an advantage to win. He's still slowly trying to move himself up there. It's going to be a while before he gets there. And he has very poor organization, so he's probably going to need to stop in Springfield, because his force is almost totally ineffective right now if it entered a battle. Alright, we've got another brigade here. I'm going to move them up here. And they'll try and reinforce Johnston. Alrighty, that looks like all my active forces for this turn. Oh, and you know what? I did not look. Now, if you didn't see it in the end of last turn, now this is the end of the last video. This is the statistics from the battle. That was the first significant battle of the turn, of this series, rather, against General Johnston. Well, it's saying General Johnston, he was the ranking commander in the theater, but it looks like all of the forces that on our side that were engaged were under command of General Magruder. It was Magruder and Thompson's force that took all of the heat. And I think that's why things ran as even as they were. If Johnston's army had been there, I think we would have routed them. So it's saying 13,000 men, which, yeah, that's the total of Johnston's army, but his army never engaged, so I think our actual numbers that fought in battle were similar to theirs. So yeah, about 700, they took almost 800, we had a little over 750 casualties, so not too bad, not too bad. And we held the ground, so that's important. I don't think any of this is particularly important. That's kind of interesting. Something you might want to look at. Alrighty, so I don't have very much war supply, so I'm probably not going to be able to replenish very much. Alright, so that's all my supply, no new units on this turn. Alright, so this should be kind of an important one to end here. Let's see where they go. lot of thinking. Alright, we got a little bit of advancement now. Looks like McDowell's army is going somewhere by rail, which would suggest maybe they are heading back to Alexandria. Patterson is on rail as well, so maybe they're all going back. Well, that was unfortunate. Looks like they intercepted us before we crossed the river. Alright, so now we have the full army under Johnston engaging a smaller force by... I forget who that guy is. I'll find out here in a minute. Wow, they chased us all the way back there. Alright, so let's look at the battles. This is in Battle of Missouri. I think this is probably the first one. Yeah, they handled us pretty good in that. And this is the second one. And we actually got the better of them than this one, though. Quite a few more casualties on their side. I'm just going to merge them back for a price, I guess. Eesh. Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of condition he's going to be in to fight once he gets there, because moving that constantly, it really takes out of the organization, but that's such a small force. I think we should be able to knock them off. Okay, so let's look at the stats for this battle here. Oh, wow. We slaughtered them. Forces under General Milroy. So we completely destroyed 2 brigades here. That's what that got, that black line through it. That means those units were completely destroyed. So the only thing he's got left is his supply train and a couple of batteries of artillery. And that's what usually happens when you have that many numbers here going up against that small of a force. And wow, he was attacking as well. That's amazing that he tried to attack us with just that little bit of men. I don't know, maybe they had misinformation, maybe they didn't realize Johnston's army was there, maybe they still thought it was just Magruder. But looks like they found out different. Commanding officer led the unit well, so that's good for Smith. And nobody else, no other commanders received any accolades, although it looks like all 3 of these brigades did a lot of damage. So 1,600 casualties on their side, only 124 on ours. So that is quite the victory. Now, what happened here? I mean, it's still under Union control. So I guess Beauregard did not assault the city when he arrived, so I'm not sure. Because that because the Union forces arrived, got there before him, or he just got cold feet and decided he wanted to look at it, and then they arrived? But in any case, I'm not assaulting it now, not with that force in there, so we're going to pull back. No way we're assaulting it now. But still, that it probably allowed us to get the victory we just achieved up here, because that distracted them away, so that's going to give Johnston more time. Alrighty, so your brigade is going to merge up there and reinforce Johnston's army. Well, since we didn't actually have a battle here, up here, that army is fine, so I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll need to send some of these up to reinforce him. I'm going to use Armistead's brigade to join the Fredericksburg force, and I'm going to send Wise's brigade to reinforce down the Potomac. It's going to take him a little while, but I don't want to use any more rail. I still have insufficient rail. Matter of fact, let's look at that right now and see if I can increase that. Yes, I can. And we might as well increase the river pool as well, because I'm insufficient in both categories. Okay, so you're staying put. You're staying where you're at. These guys have still not taken that town, so yeah, I guess the cavalry is unable to do that by themselves. And you are being pursued, which is very bad because they are in no condition to fight. That's only a single regiment. I don't think sending them up there to try and help them would do much good. And you guys probably had better start withdrawing yourself. They may get cut off up there. Alright, we have a 1st Brigade that was trained here. Well, I'm going to take a chance and hope that these guys don't continue chasing them all the way through, and I'm going to send this brigade up here in this direction to reinforce the Potomac. I will use rail for that because it's going to take too long otherwise. Alright, Huger is in the position I wanted him in. Zollicoffer is available to be moved, although only one general commanding that large of a force is very insufficient command structure, so I need to try and get some additional commanders to support him. I'll send Shelby over there. Actually, wait, Shelby, you have command of forces already. Yeah, that's fine, I'll leave him there. And then we have additional brigade that's been trained here. What happened to those guys that were up here? I think that's probably them right here. And they're trying to take Muskogee. I'm not going to worry too much about it right now. I'm mainly concerned about Fort Smith, Fort Coffee, and then I would like to hold Fayetteville. have a regiment. I'm going to leave them there with the garrison, because every once in a while they do send forces down here into these towns, and usually you need more than one regiment to hold. They also have a force here in Knoxville, and it would probably be prudent to leave them as well. Wow, we have a fresh brigade here in North Carolina. Good sized brigade too. No, we're just going to have them move to there, and then we'll get them the rest of the way next turn. Tuscumbia. I rarely have any Union incursions this far south, so I'm going to move them up, join the armies up here. I'm not too worried about any incursions down there. Same with these guys. First Florida. Yeah, I'll probably leave them in that garrison position in Jacksonville. Now, I have had incursions down here in this area before, so I think I do want some defending forces down here. I'm gonna have him. Well, you know what? I think I will have him cross the river and be prepared to run north here when this ground opens up. Alrighty, so that is all of our available forces in the field that can be moved. Okay, how short am I in the replacement area? Yeah, I already knew I was desperately short in the heavy artillery, but that would use too much war supply to replenish that right now. That's saying I'm very short still in light infantry, so we're going to try and put a little bit into that, a little into regular, very short militia. Alright, but I wanted to get some fresh units out in this area. Let me try to remember what it is. Would that be southwest? Yes, that looks like southwest Arkansas. Yeah, I could train a full brigade here. Yeah, let's put infantry brigade, get it training here at Fort Smith, because I want to make sure I can maintain security of this area, because I don't want them ending up with an incursion down here, down this river, that ends up in Little Rock. And then I think that's the Mississippi right there, I believe. Yeah, it goes right, yep, that's that. So I don't want them to get a shortcut down there. Usually their primary push would be down this area, but you never know. They could try and do a shortcut through here if I don't defend it. Although actually, maybe I shouldn't say it's a shortcut, because it'd be a lot longer to get any significant forces down here due to the lack of railways and such, but still, once they make it to the river, they could use river movement to move relatively quickly. And at some point, I'd like to be able to secure this Fort Gibson here. What's that? Yeah, it's the Arkansas River. Alrighty, so 1 brigade of infantry. Do I want to train anything else? I could do some sharpshooters. Yeah, could do sharpshooters. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'll train some sharpshooters there in Little Rock. They have pretty good mobility. They'll be able to get up there through that terrain without too much trouble. And then let us see if we can train any additional units for this eastern department. Well, not any regular infantry brigades. I could do cavalry, or I could do some sharpshooters. Alright, that's the timer telling me I should be wrapping up this video fairly soon. Yeah, we'll do some South Carolina sharpshooters here. And do Florence, I guess. Alright, so I'm just going to wrap up this turn, which it almost is. And then we'll end this video. I still got a little supply. I can do a little bit more replacements, I think. Not much, though. Alright, that's it. Alrighty, so let's watch the end of this turn, and let's see if they try and follow Beauregard back to Manassas, or if they try and press any more attacks at Winchester. Although I think that attacking Winchester again, I think is very unlikely. Unless they rail in significant reinforcements, anyway. Because Milroy, he pretty much absolutely got destroyed. Honestly, I should have put my troops on an offensive stance, see if we could have finished him off, but... Well, this looks like it's going to be okay as long as the rest of his army don't show up. I don't know why it's showing him with so few men. Fire! Retreat! Yeah, because I'm not sure if this thing is showing me what's happening accurately, because this is not what I would expect it to look like. So let's take a look here and see what happened over here in Carthage. General Price engaged this brigade, and we beat them. Inflicted a few more casualties. Didn't do as well as I would have liked against them, considering how many more numbers we had, but we beat them. So then in Fairfax, now what happened here? So we engaged them. It's saying it was a defeat, but we caused more than twice as many casualties to their forces than they did to us. I mean, it's saying there were 60,000 men present, but we can look and see what was actually in the battle. He did not engage with a full 60,000 men, so it looks like it was accurate. He only engaged me with about 4,500, 5,000, something like that. And in the process, we completely destroyed 2nd Maryland Brigade of Infantry and a regiment of cavalry, 7th Cavalry. We completely destroyed them. Took out 2 supply trains. It's probably saying we lost because we did retreat from the field, which I wanted him to do anyway, so I'm not disappointed about that. But yeah, I mean, if you look at the casualty numbers, this was actually a nice win for us. And then what happened here in real? It's calling us a defeat, but really, it looks like we never engaged each other, but I think we did retreat from the ground, though, so once again, I think that's why it's a defeat for us, because we retreated, which, considering the numbers they were up against, yeah, it's probably a good idea. Alrighty, so let me quickly just kind of evaluate what we've got here. So he did knock out a bit of our strength. Well, actually, it went back up considerably once I merged with the supply train. So, yeah, it didn't take that much out of us. And we've got some additional brigades here. Still not quite as strong as we were before, but fairly close. And actually, let me check and see, am I able to form divisions? No, not yet. Because that would help our organization considerably, but yeah, it's not able to do it at this time. Alright, so just set them back on defensive position. Alright, so it was kind of an interesting video today. They've got massive numbers sitting over here, potentially thinking about attacking us, so we'll have to see how this goes in the next video, guys. Well, if you enjoyed this video, guys, give it a like and maybe subscribe to the content so you can more easily know when I'm uploading my next videos. Thanks for watching.